We have seen some stuff in fantasy football over the years, Matthew. But can you recall a story that is anything like the one that is currently involving? And the reason why I say currently involving is because every time I turn, there's a new detail that we previously did not know. Tommy Pham and Joc Pederson, who, for those unfamiliar, make their living playing professional baseball in the MLB.
Yeah, at a very high level, by the way. They're both really good players.
Really good.
Yeah, and so, but the jury is still out as to whether either of them are very good fantasy football players. And my suspicion is that Tommy Pham is not. And the reason I say this is because he got very upset that Joc Pederson last year made a move involving a player on the IR that he claims was outside the agreed upon rules. He quits the league. You don't do that, Tommy. You don't quit the league. Here's the other thing you don't do. You don't hold a grudge 6 months later, then walk up to that person and slap them in the face, which is what Tommy did. It was the first time they discussed it face to face.
Yeah.
And what Tommy said in his defense was it wasn't just that he felt Pederson had gone outside the rules, but also that he'd sent a couple of gifs, and jokes making fun of him in the league text thread.
Yeah.
As somebody who, sees a lot of stuff directed at me on Twitter and have been in a million different text threads, that's part of the gig. If you're in a fantasy football league, trash talk field is part of the job.
I was going to say, how long would you and I last in a league if our tolerance for trash talk was the same as Tommy Pham's appears to be?
Yeah, literally
10 minutes?
Not even. I don't agree with any of this. The other thing that comes out of this whole thing, the obvious caveat, right? Violence never solves everything. This should never have happened. But the other thing that's weird is that, so whatever, Pederson and Pham have their issues, and then Tommy Pham comes out of the woodwork and says, oh, by the way, let me just throw Mike Trout under the bus.
Yeah.
Mike Trout, greatest baseball player alive right now, plays fantasy football, and apparently was the reluctant commissioner of this league. Tommy Pham also accusing Trout of not enforcing the rules strong enough, and that calling him, quote, the worst commissioner in fantasy sports.
Yeah, that seems a little harsh. Maybe I'm off. Maybe there is more to the story here, but I've learned a lot about these two over the past few days. First of all, Tommy Pham, as you said, takes his fantasy football extremely seriously. He should be a lawyer in a second career because he believes in what he believes in. Joc Pederson, by the way, seems like the chillest dude alive. Yeah. By the way, I should have known that when he had the Pearls last year when he just kept smashing home runs for the Atlanta Braves. But that dude seems like the most mellow guy to play in a fantasy football league with.
He has taken the high road here where many other people, I think, would not have.
There's only one thing that we can deduce from this.
What's that?
They are both invited to this year's Celebrity League.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.